Hi, this is Donna-Marie, intuitive light worker, medium, and facilitator of transformational energy. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. I just coming on to speak today about May 22nd. It is the new moon. And I always use all phases of the moon in my practice with my work. Very, very beneficial. And the new moon and the full moon, the new moon I use for usually imprinting, setting intentions, and then the full moon is really the cultivation. So I wanted to just come forward and let you know what I do for new moons, especially in the last 2 months with all of the shifting that has been taking place, the ascension work that's been happening. My team is always bringing forward the information of what crystals to work with. So I work with a lot of different crystals, and when I work one-on-one with clients, before I do a session with the client, my team and their team are going to tell me what crystals would benefit the reading. And it's always really interesting what they choose, and I will place that. If it's together, then if we're doing a one-on-one, but now with the COVID-19, it's been through internet, but I will place the crystals on all around the screen. And as we do the reading, sure enough, everything that comes forward, I can understand why those crystals were chosen for the reading. So it's always really interesting to see what their properties are and what they can do. In the last 2 months, my team have been having me work almost solely with citrine, amethyst, and selenite. And selenite is my magic wand because it does everything. It does everything. It's a purifier for other stones. It's a magnifier to amplify their own vibrational energy. And it's an activator. So I use it on myself when I sleep or when I meditate to activate my own energy, like to charge me up and align me stronger and higher with my own vibration. So it's very, very powerful. I love it. But for the new moon, and this is why I'm coming on to just share this, I use a lot of this amethyst. And it's the time of the new moon that you want to impregnate your crystals with the intentions of what you'd like to co-create. And so I'm just going to give you a little tip on how I do it. And there's many ways to do it. So there's not just one way, but this is how I do one of the ways. So I have like a tube of selenite like this, and I will clean it in the sun. Selenite you don't put in salt water to cleanse it because it will melt, and it is also self-purifying. So as long as you're in the sun, it can clean. The sun can clean it, and it can also charge it. I also charge it in the light of the full moon as well. And then what I do is I will cleanse my stones, and then I will just place the crystals on the selenite on the windowsill in the light of the new moon. Now, the reason that I have been using so much amethyst, especially in the last 2 months, is for me personally, they're saying that it's a very protective crystal, it's a very empowering crystal, and it's a very transmutative crystal. So it does a lot of work for you. And it's also a very calm energy. It has a very soothing, to me, I equate it with, if you were to, make what is it similar to? It makes me think of lavender, the flower lavender, the scent of it, how it is got a calming and relaxing feel to you. This amethyst has that very same feeling. I love putting it on my throat chakra when I go to sleep at night. It's to allow to satiate all things that weren't said that needed to be said. It just kind of allows everything to be lifted and cleared. It also opens up your throat chakra. If you put it on your third eye, I have a nice flat one that I'll put on my third eye. You should see me at night. It's pretty hilarious. Not all night, but just for a little while. Put that on your third eye, and this is really good for opening you up spiritually. So if you are already open spiritually, so if you're already connected spiritually, it's a really nice alignment. It's a nice ascension. It's a nice connection. It's a very soft, it's a non-evasive, and very powerful. I like crystals that hold a lot of strength, but don't have to act strong in order to be strong, but they have their own about them. So for the new moon, it's about setting an intention. So when you want to set an intention for something, it's to kind of bring to light everything that you want to acknowledge, that you want to release from your past, or release from patterns, or release from your life, and allow it to be lifted and cleared, and then hold the intention of what you would like to co-create. So you use the new moon for co-creation, and then the full moon is for cultivation of your co-creation. So any things that you would like to co-create, what I would suggest is that you hold that intention and then just write it on a piece of paper, and then place that piece of paper underneath your crystal in the light of the full moon that night, and it's going to magnify the energy of the crystal holding that vibration. So you can do that for an intention for the new moon, something that you'd like to release and something that you'd like to co-create. So I always say hold it in your mind's eye to release what you don't want to hold on to anymore. I wouldn't imprint that on the stone. I would only imprint on the stone that which you'd like to receive. So you keep it in the present time. I allow for this, I allow for that. So it's always about present time. And then the next morning, you can use those crystals in your meditations. You can keep them by your bed. You can use them on you if you want to do chakra alignments. They're just really powerful. They're very, very helpful. And they support the intention that you want to co-create. So just giving a little tip about that today. And there's many, many other ways that you can use crystals and have them work for you. This is just one way that I like using them for manifesting, because the new moon is really for manifesting, and then they hold that vibration. So if I go to bed at night, or if I'm just sitting in the sun, I love the sun, it's very activating for crystals. I'll just hold it and just think of what it is that I'd like to co-create and what I've been thinking of, what I would like to bring forward. And always ask, no matter what it is you think you want, always ask that it is for your highest good, always as meant and appropriate for you, always in divine timing. Sometimes we think we're really ready for something, and there's sometimes more things that need to take place or other things to line up. And just because we're like, ooh, ready, doesn't mean that it's time. So always ask, for everything to unfold in divine timing, when things are all lined up and meant and appropriate for me, for my highest good. So it's just a nice way to send out those intentions and allow for that energy and thought to be brought back to you, and holding the vibration to receive the intention of that energy is super important. Otherwise it could just pass you by. So that is my little notice about the new moon energy, and it's a powerful new moon. They're all powerful. I mean, the moons are getting more and more powerful. It's incredible how powerful they are. But the more that you kind of call it date them, the more that you date them and you get to know them, you get to see how they work. It's very interesting to see how it can work for you, and then everyone has their own little way of making it work for them. So just coming on very quickly, I'm actually heading out to go for a bike ride. It is absolutely gorgeous here today, and going to set my own intentions into the wind. The wind is really a fast way of releasing energy intentions also. So, just have fun with it, play with it, and if you are going to imprint on your crystals, just to remind you that you should clean them. If you don't have time to soak them in salt water for 7 days, 7 nights, then you would definitely want to clean them for 24 hours on a selenite plaque. So, or a wand like this is fine too. Anyways, happy co-creating, happy manifesting, and I hope that was beneficial. Bye for now.